You know, all of you you're running for county council, and clearly it's a huge job, and a couple of you have absolutely addressed the issue of what you have to do if you're on the council, such as writing legislation. But I'd like to have each of you address how you're actually preparing to be on the council. It's clear some of you have background in that, some of you don't. So let's start with you, Ms. Kawaii. Let's start with, in the past 3 months, how many county council meetings have you attended? And then what specifically are you doing to get yourself ready to do the things that have been talked about, writing legislation, understanding the budget, understanding the nuances of county government? Take a couple minutes to tell us about that, your preparation.
Okay, so in preparation for this election, much of my time has not been spent going to the council meetings. It has actually been spent out in the community, meeting my constituents, finding out what the issues are in my district. Getting ready for this position, I believe my qualifications, in my work experience, I have an extensive resume of education, work, and volunteer experience. I've been a government employee, a civil servant for most of my career, with the last 7 years being a union agent, where I advocate for the protection of rights and benefits of government employees who continue to do the good work. I've also been, through my work at HGEA, I've attended workshops and trainings on the legislative process. As part of my responsibility, we do draft and introduce legislative bills to the council and to the legislature, and lobby on behalf sorry, on behalf of all government employees.
Gilbert to the rescue, the plug is loose. This is not a Donald Trump moment. We're not trying to mess with your microphone, trust me.
I can handle that. Okay. So that's where my experience lies in the legislative process. In regards to running a campaign, I have extensive experience on participating in campaigns at every level of government, from council races, mayoral races, gubernatorial races, all the way up to my most recent chairing of Senator Brian Schatz's U.S. senatorial race in 2014. So, you know, during my volunteer work as a campaigner for the various campaigns, I've been out in the community, hearing the concerns and the issues of the various residents in the various districts of our community, and realize that a lot of the issues can be addressed and resolved at the county level.
Okay.
So that's what I've been busy doing to get myself prepared for this seat.
Ms. Leloy, you have been on the council or as a council aide in the past, but not for quite a while. So talk about how you are preparing to actually step into the council job on December 5th, I think it is.
Yeah, so actually I've watched, thanks to Naleo, and you can actually watch the council meetings online. I actually get all of their agendas online, so I will track all of the legislation, you know, right up until last week. As far as experience of crafting legislation, as a member of a water board, we actually went through a comprehensive policy, rules, and procedure refinement. I chaired that entire committee, and that was a very exhaustive process, basically because we had to take a look at not only the policies for that particular department, but how it impacted our consumers, our customers. That was an 18-month process. I helped craft and drafted a statute amendment that would help the Department of Water Supply collect unpaid water bills, which required us to go to the state legislature and advocate with the various senators, legislators there, and amend Hawaii revised statutes there. On a daily basis, as a professional, I am constantly reviewing laws, policies, rules and procedure. It's something I do professionally on a daily basis, and I am extremely comfortable providing refined language that helps a client, a department, or our entire community have better laws that help them.
Thank you. Ms. Green, talk about how you're preparing to be on Hawaii County Council.
Well, I've been watching the council meetings online, and I've been working with Susan Lawn there. She's a retired lawyer, and we were doing a lot of research on several items that we need to do. I've been campaigning a lot, being out, climbing hills, falling down, putting up signs, taking them down. But we have been, I also on the POHOA steering committee, where we also did an ordinance for our design review committee, and we passed that one through. I also was on the Puna Community Development Implementation Action Team, where a lot of the ordinance came through to us too. I've never written one like you folks have, but I have seen a lot, and I have been, observing and learning a lot of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Green. Ms. O'Hara.
Like everyone else here, I've been watching the county council meetings, which we can watch either on TV or online, and keeping abreast of the agendas because they keep a pretty good website these days. So that has helped me stay abreast of the current legislation that's moving through the county council. As far as connecting with what I could do when I hit the council, I found that talking to the voters in my district is the best way to find out what the concerns are and what needs to be addressed. So I've been doing a lot of door-to-door and phone calls and that kind of connection with the voter base. As far as experience in dealing with parliamentary procedures, I was most recently president of Hawaiian Shores for the last 5 years, and that homeowners association is a little bit different than the other homeowner associations in Puna in that we operate a public water system. So we have to be in compliance with all of the Department of Health rules and regulations for water. And because the system was aging, it was necessary to find funding to bring it up to modern standards. And I did that by going to the USDA Rural Development Program and applying for a $2 to $3 million grant loan combination. This is something I'm familiar with because I've done a lot of grant writing in my career, starting with the university in 1990. So that helped prepare me for the actions at council. My stint on the State Environmental Council, 4 years that I spent there, I was chair of the Rules Committee and was fortunate to work with members of the law school, Richardson's Law School at the university. And the purpose of that commission, is with the Office of Environmental Quality Control. And the Rules Committee was tasked with rewriting chapters 200 and 201, which basically set the procedures for doing environmental impact statements and environmental assessments. So very familiar with the role of setting policy.
Thank you.